hopefully this will work. Hi. Let me just pop that in the chat. Hello everyone and welcome to F1 2016 Career Mode Season 2. Oh yes. Yes. So, I ummed and ahed over what to do with my career because now that we've played a season with Renault, it went very well. I think I was 6th in the standings by the end. Punching well above my weight and doing things that probably I shouldn't be doing in a Renault. And I thought, right, I don't want to do 100% races again for broadcasting. I mean, I'm quite happy to, but I don't think it's particularly enjoyable and fun to do. So, well, it's fun to do, but you know what I mean. So, what I'm going to do is skip all of the practice sessions and qualify last for every race this season. And we're going to qualify last, and then we're going to do 25% races to see where I dive back up to. The idea being is that if I keep on developing this Renault car and make it look really, really swish and fun, I'll be ahead of the curve, is the idea. So, just to recap, 25% races. We're going to start at the back of the grid for every race, and hopefully we'll get some crazy ass stuff happening in terms of the vehicle performance. So I've gone for, because at the end of last season I saved all my points.
D, new format.
Hey Josh. Hey. Thanks for joining. So we've gone for quite a lot of different upgrades for season 2. I was going to debate on doing a pro race, but I know that I'd be last and well off the pace because I just want to finish one race for a trophy. So I might do that as like a special somewhere else. So bear with, because I'm going to have to go to practice 1, skip all the practices and dive through. And we'll do some 25% races.
Where the practice session is about to start for this.
It's all right, Crofty. But the idea will be I just use the same setups as last time because they all worked for me. Although, if I remember rightly, Australia was one of my worst races of all time. So it's going to not start very well. So we'll just load our setup. And then manage session, advance to qualifying. Yes.
Quick look at the classification at the end of the session then. Here are your top 3. Ricciardo, Verstappen and Fernando Alonso. Practice times are on the board then, but no points are on offer just yet. We'll be back with more F1 action soon.
That's great. So the only thing that we'll kind of miss, I guess, is practice grid penalties. That seemed to happen quite a lot mid-season. So the idea will be is that we'll do a couple of races per stream. So that allows everyone to kind of grab some happy joy points in the middle. Yes. It doesn't really matter what we're doing.
Just letting you know that we've had the team's expectations through for the upcoming qualifying session.
Oh dear. Qualify 11th or higher. Lol. I don't think so. So. Nice qualies. So yes. So I just thought, well, because some of the races, it's been quite lonely.
Welcome to Melbourne, where qualifying.
Shut up. So why not just start last for every race? I see nothing wrong with this. So what I will do though, because I want to simulate Q1, because it's normally that one that like throws up the weird and wonderfuls. So I'd rather simulate that, see what happens, and we'll just do our best McLaren and just have a failure.
Strategy P.
So yeah, let's just have a McLaren failure, never get out of Q1 ever, and see what happens. So it looks like we're going to have usual suspects in the bottom for this one. But look, see, like the Williams is playing devil's advocate. And as cars progress over time... Oh, see, look, Bottas is out. Where? So that was worthwhile doing. And is that a spot of rain I just saw beneath there? So worthwhile doing, I think, is just to quickly simulate Q1. We get knocked out, and then we'll go forward. Because then I think it gives a bit more of a randomised reflection on the grid. Because you know when like you just let AI completely do something, Sometimes it either goes completely nuts and you're like, what? Or it's the same thing every time. And this game's kind of got a bit better at being able to do that. My only worry is that I'm not going to actually beat any rivals. Whatever. It's all about the race.
Hi, Zemma here.
Hi, love.
Just wanted to let you know what the team are hoping for in the race.
Really? 15th or higher. See, we can do that. Of course, the first lap that I'll actually be doing in these races is in the race itself, so that could be problematical. But we'll get the warm-up lap. Oh, at least it's dry.
The atmosphere is heavy with expectation and anticipation, and bearing the weight of that burden today is a place we know very well indeed. It's Albert Park.
Yay!
The story of the season begins here. Well then, after an exciting qualifying session yesterday,
Let's take a look
at how the cars line up. Max Verstappen put in a fantastic lap
What?
yesterday, and he starts from
McLaren?
pole position. And starting alongside is Fernando Alonso. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Ricciardo, Button, Lewis Hamilton, and Rosberg, Massa, Vettel, Raikkonen, and Sergio Perez, Magnussen, Kvyat, Romain Grosjean, and Sainz, Hülkenberg, Wehrlein, Esteban Gutierrez, and Valtteri Bottas, Haryanto, and Nasser, Marcus Ericsson, and a Renault rounds off the grid. And
Fair
now
enough.
it's time to head down to the track.
Righty, so race stratage for me, it's only 15 laps. I'm going to start on the softs and go super softs. It's going to stay cloudy all the way through. That to me makes vague sense. And then we'll be speedy at the end for overtakes and everything and stuff.
Anti-stall, anti-stall. Let's repeat the start procedure to get going again.
Alright, mate.
Launch map is good, but we need to learn the gears, so go into each one when you can. We're going to need some work on the brakes, so put some energy into them and warm the tyres as well, please.
Chimpy sir, we are doing Back of the Grid Season 2 at 25% distances. You know that this is only going to lead to retirement, front wing damage and carnage all the way through. Verstappen clearly wants to get on with things. He's pulled well out. Right. I've not seen Indy qualifying for the Fast 9. Was that not taking place today? And if so, where did Alonso finish? Poor Bourdais as well. That crash looked horrendous. Also, if someone can console me, I've eaten salad today. I don't feel quite well. An alternate ego of
Sounds
me.
currently at B2. Chambers, I will only be glancing at the screen as I'm rising. Indy was today and yesterday, wasn't it?
Alonso's P2. Thanks, James. Angly. Yeah, qualifying was, yeah. The race is next week. See, I got confused, which is quite nifty for me, because I still kind of think, ooh. What's going on Indy-wise? And, like IndyCar in general, and I still managed to fuck it up with the actual dates and times. Which is really annoying, because I actually potentially have a date next week. And I'm seriously considering going, oh, can we do the date at the latter, please? Monaco plus Indy. Really, I shouldn't be asked to leave the house. Just leave me like Jabba the Hutt on a sofa, with, like, surrounded by crisps. Nom nom nom. Okay, let's see how shit this goes. That was a very long hold. Ooh, that was good. Schmiffy burns off the line. Oh, massive crash. Did you see that? It was Kvyat on Vettel. Ha ha!
Full course caution. The safety car is out. Keep an eye on the delta. We need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty. Slow down. Maintain positive delta.
Clearly, this new format is going to cause trouble. That was a good start from Schmiffy, though. Kvyat not even waiting till Russia before he takes off Vettel. What's Hulkenberg doing so far down on super softs? Oh wow. Yeah, I've whilst safety car fucks about, I've heard that Sebastian Bourdais, those fractures to his bones could well pop the end to his career potentially, which is a real shame because actually after a few years of not going so well, he's been doing quite good again in IndyCar.
Dixon's just knocked Alonso to P3.
Ah, Scott Dixon. I was watching some old IndyCar stuff, and I found it really funny that Ed Carpenter was fastest because, oh, Perez is into the pits. Is he the only one? I wonder if we should pit, you know. No, there's some buttons in as well. I wonder if they're going on to mediums and then they won't pit. Ooh, this is a very good shout, Smithy. What do we do? Jeff, I need strategies. Sorry, yeah, Ed Carpenter, the commentators really lay into him on the street circuits, and they're like, yeah, he shouldn't be allowed to race on street circuits. He's shit. And now he's like fastest at Indy. I don't know if that's just because he was a pay driver-y type thing and then just got good over a decade, but they're really harsh to him. Like, UGE Day harsh.
What do you think of the 2017 trailer?
For F1, yeah, I'm quite excited. I really liked the classic stuff that they done in F1 2013. The problem with it though was it felt really incomplete and completely standalone, and so actually, whilst I really liked it, I've not really played it tons because it seemed weird going around loads and loads of incomparable 80 and 90 cars. What I really want, and I know that they've already said that they can't do it because of the way how the licensing works and trying to get all of the sponsors, and like when companies have closed, it's a nightmare to try and sort out, is to get actual car seasons. So that you can download car sets, like what you do for Grand Prix 2, 3, 4 on PC, where people have made like livery and car sets and things like that. I would dearly, dearly, dearly love, it will never happen on a console, performance tweakers, so that you can go in and like tweak performances of cars and stuff like that and overwrite driver names. That might keep me amused of season to season. But there's very little to actually show of like the current content of what's going on. There's 2 less cars on the grid, so in theory graphics should look better because there's less polygons flying around on the screen. So that could be fun. But they had to bring something new in because there's, whilst the actual cars and stuff look and feel faster and all of that, that doesn't really translate well into a game because you're just kind of, unless you change the handling kind of side of stuff. And I think the handling for F1 2016 is fantastic. I really like the way how it plays. I do like how they've integrated, seemingly, the historical stuff, though. It's like historical events. So in theory, you'll like face off against 20 other F1, like Ferrari 1992s or whatever ones they were for. Wasn't it the 98 McLaren was in there or something? I've forgotten already. Yeah, I'd ideally love to see some other bits and bobs.
Alonso's people in there.
Oh dear, Alonso's dropping down the order. Who's got round him, James? I'd be interested to know. Please say it's Takuma Sato, that would make me lol. Or Max Chilton. I know Chilton didn't get through to Fast 9, Rossi did, didn't he? Okay, are we not going yet on this whole tyre schmalarkey?
Takuma Sato.
Oh, I love how the phone wants to say Takuma Sato. Takuma. Takume. The problem with Sato is that we all know that he'll be in the wall at some point in that race. I love Taki, he's such a great guy. But
if a storm front does appear, then we'll let you know.
Right, are we going green yet? We've spent nearly 25% of this race behind the safety car already, which is going to be unhelpful for my tyre strategy. I should have gone into the pits and just gone mediums, I think. Safety car in this lap, please.
Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember, there is no overtaking until the green flags. Safety car in this lap.
Okay. Oh, wow, Magnussen up in 7th. Good day for Renault. Right, let's not overdrive this though. I am preparing to resume.
On Alonso, they're slowing down. It seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Oh no, Fernando, no, baby. Oh, I feel like I want to go for it. Let's do it. There's a little bit oversteery on exit. Come on. Right, we need to make hay because Alonso's going to hold up everyone.
Neil McLaren.
This car feels really pointy. Oh, hello. That went exceptionally well. Ooh, that looked dicey. Alonso and Massa there.
Kevin is directly ahead of you.
I know Kevin's directly ahead of me, Jeff. Ooh, careful, K-Mag. Ooh, Fernando, you juicy little monkey. Be kind, sir, be kind. But that's going to put Alonso completely out of context for this race, surely. No K-Mag. Smithy leads. Oh, Smithy nearly bins it. Okay, let's keep this on the black stuff. We're doing well. I feel like I need to dial out some oversteer on the setup that I got for this track.
Carpenter's just done second best.
Ooh,
Dixon on pole, Alonso P1.
well done, Ed Carpenter.
Fasten the car ahead. Your best chance of making a pass is through sector 1.
Mr. Oval Specialist. I need to watch the BTCC as well.
Next weekend.
I don't know actually, but you can literally, if I remember rightly, because America versus Europe, you can effectively watch Monaco and then just flick over for Indy. It is like,
The car ahead of you has knocked their front wing. Minor front wing damage to the car ahead.
it is like a motorsports man's little mini wet dream, which is lovely.
DRS has
Okay.
been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
Verstappen now leads the way. I don't feel very comfortable in this car. And we're going to get a penalty if we do that again, Smithy. Let's not do that again. Ooh, careful. Oh, he's going to stick his nose up. Sorry, K-Mag. Oh, we should have pitted for mediums.
Verstappen is pitting.
Alright, we're into the lead, but this is very much a faux pas lead. I think everyone that pitted at the end of lap 1 for repairs is actually going to end up doing the best job. Ooh, Grosjean's got around Magnussen. Interesting. This is going a bit better. Overshoot the corner. You got this. This is pitting, that's
Pit
okay.
window is now open.
Nearly done a pasta. I wonder how Button will do in Monaco, actually, considering McLaren have now stated that they've got a massive
Pit in this lap.
package coming along, which I don't really think is the truth. And I am going to not pit this lap. I'm going to leave it one more lap. Or should I? Because that was terrible.
So, do you know anything about Macron?
Macbeth? Not really, no. I didn't study it at school. Why? Is that what you're studying? Is it? Macbeth is the one with the skull, isn't it?
Year of my exit on it TMW.
I think I've just fucked up Magnussen's race.
Conditions to remain dry for a while. We will update you if the outlook changes.
I can't remember which Shakespeare thing that I had to have in my is it GCSE or A level that you're doing? My GCSE. What did I do? I remember when the GCSE that I had to do where we had to do a creative story, and my story. Okay, my creative story for my GCSE was called "I Know What You Did Last Christmas." Can you guess which horror movie that may have been based off of? I got an A star for it as well. Oh look, yeah, see that Perez on the mediums. Those guys are going to absolutely do us. Shit, we're screwed.
That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops.
Okay, so that's Kvyat out in front of us on the softs, but we can now absolutely pound round these last couple of laps. And I don't think I need to worry tyre wear wise, but yeah, Perez, I think it was, and Button, I think, is the other one that will go on, that went onto the mediums. They're gonna
So
get
information
us.
on Alonso. It seems they fixed whatever the problem was. They're coming back up to speed.
Oh, poor Nando's.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining. Kevin is in the pits.
Shit. Time penalties.
You've been awarded a time penalty for that last incident.
Of course I have. See if we can get past our Russian friend.
To our teammate is 1.6 seconds.
It's a bit dive bomby, but I don't care. Next, that's Vettel on the mediums.
to first place is 14.6 seconds.
Who is first though? Is it Perez? Oh! Let's not do that again, Smithy. Plenty of fuel, plenty of tyres, we're fine. Ish. There's a couple in the pits
There's
right at
3
the back.
laps of fuel remaining.
Right, we go. And 3 seconds over Kvyat. Come on. Sebastian, you're just teasing me, sir. What are we doing here? Ping pong? Shit, Magnussen's got ahead.
This is your final lap of the race. We've pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
Yeah, fine. Ish.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
Fine. Bernie doesn't need a fuel sample. We're okay. Ah, Verstappen has won. Okay. Oh, we get DRS. Oh, 6th on the track. 7th in the race. 7th in the track, 8th in the race. That's really creepy. Yes, it was, Chimp. So yeah.
A great win then for the Red Bull team today.
What else did I do for Jesus?
What did you think of
Tell me,
Fiat?
what was the key to this success?
I really
Well, I
enjoyed
think
the
track
Spanish Grand
conditions
Prix,
just really
actually.
suited their car today.
Very
Wind,
much enjoyed
track
it.
temperature, you name it. These cars come alive when
It was
the
an
tyres are
interesting
just at the
pressure
right
cooker
temperature.
race.
So the
You
more
don't often
easily you
get
can
really
keep them
good
there,
races
the
round
better your
there.
race tends to go, and that's exactly what happened. Their car.
So here
Shush
come our
out.
winning drivers today, and what a race it was.
Oh,
There's been a
Jenson
big
Button
push at
got
the factory lately
second.
to get these cars
Hey,
ready.
is this an
and we
omen
can
for
see the
Monaco?
fruits of that labour today. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers'
Okay.
table. Max Verstappen takes over the lead of the drivers' championship after that excellent result. And now I'd like to ask
Nazar.
you, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
It's a difficult one, but I'll have to go for the Renault driver. They pushed
you.
and pushed and found some fantastic performance. It was just a pleasure to watch.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings.
Oh, shush,
Red Bull
people.
moved to the top of the table. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
So yeah, the Spanish Grand Prix was really, really fascinating for me personally, mainly because... Oh, okay, so the Saubers came together, lol. Which is why they came in for a second stop. They must have both damaged each other's cars. Ha ha. Idiots. No points for Ferrari either, and Kimi. What was really interesting about Spain was that it was highly tactical, but it was the drivers that made the difference on the day as well. It was great to hear Hamilton basically opening up his sex line with all of that panting. It was really good to still see that Vettel and Hamilton are still like pally afterwards. None of this bitch slapping stuff. I'm not so much a fan of all the psychology stuff. I think people should be happy that they're having a good battle together. I think I've seen loads of really mixed opinions about the whole Bottas being hit with Verstappen and Raikkonen thing. To me, it's a racing incident. 3 into 1 doesn't go, and it's exactly the same as what it was in Russia with Grosjean and Palmer and Ericsson. Just no, people. So that was a thing.
Hi, mate.
Hello, Alan. Hello. Cool, let's dive on to the next weekend. Still 25%. Oh, it will let us change qualifying now. Ah, okay. Oh, do we want to go short or long? You guys type in the comments to decide. Short or long qualifying.
I live in Scotland.
That's nice. My dad is from Glasgow. In fact, actually, if we do short qualifying, then I can simulate it. Let's do that. Yep, good shout. Good shout. Thank you. I don't do the qualifying this season anyway, so it will just be a short, and then we'll... But at least we'll actually get to see who's on the grid where. What else was I going to say? Can't remember.
Hi,
Spain.
how are you today?
Oh, hello.
The improved package has arrived. We're having it fitted in time for FP1.
Good.
Have a look at the factory report.
Thanks. So this is all of the...
Edinburgh, I live.
This is all the points that we got last time. So we've got an upgraded engine, upgraded chassis weight. Essentially, we've gone on a diet. New front wing, new rear end plates. Basically, the car's gone in for plastic surgery. And let's see what other teams have done stuff. So Toro Rosso have improved their car as well. And that now puts us as the third best car, which is why I was looking at doing back of the grid stuff. I think it just makes it a little bit more, fairer-ish. Because from what I see in here is that like teams kind of go up peaks and troughs, and then you kind of have to sort it out afterwards. Okay, let's go to practice 1 and then speed through to quali to simulate that and then race.
The magnificent Bahrain International Circuit sits majestically in the desert, situated just 30 kilometres from the capital.
Right. Okay, so advance to quali, yes.
An interesting practice session there then. Let's remind ourselves of the top 3. Who
Ooh,
are
look at
Rosberg,
Kevin Magg.
Verstappen and
Fourth
Daniel
place.
Ricciardo. That concludes
Loving
an
that.
interesting
I need
practice.
help in mine.
What car are you driving, Alan? The Spanish Grand Prix, the other really good things I thought was how close the midfield now really is. So Sauber doing an excellent job. Pascal Verdun in the points. Ericsson just outside it. People from last on the grid like Kvyat still scoring and doing well. It's quite exciting, I think, for the future of the season to just see how close it is. And that, I think, will only get better over time. Personally.
The cars are ready, the drivers are ready.
Right, so let's dive into my Bahrain setup and get that sorted out for people. Or is Bahrain... No, isn't Bahrain the one where I don't need a setup? Because actually... Yes, it is. Happy dabby. Right, so Bahrain, I always use preset 4. It's the only one where a preset is, I find, really perfect. So there's my trick there. Let's speed through here.
Dry. We will keep you informed of any changes to the weather.
All right, Jeff. Chatty Jeff. Let's see what happens. Again, McLaren looking good. Hey, K-Mag. Nice. Tell you what, Ferrari are getting a beating. With Toro Rosso looking a bit better.
As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying, here's a look at your top 3. Hamilton, Verstappen and Nico Rosberg. It's time to leave for now, but we'll be back tomorrow when the Grand Prix itself gets underway.
And no dramas. Cool, right. Round 2. Here we come. Back at the grid special. Let's see if we can have another safety car. Anyone that's watched my career through season 1 where it was all 100% stuff will know full well just how safety car-y it is. Go on then, Emma, love.
Hey, how are you?
Great.
I have some information on the race goals you should keep in mind.
That's nice. 13. Okay. To race. Oh, what do people think of Haas's livery change to make it like entirely grey
So
and
before the
emo?
off, let's remind ourselves
I'm
of
not a
yesterday's
fan, I
qualifying
must
session
say.
with a look at the starting grid. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, edging out Max Verstappen, who'll start from P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Rosberg, Vettel, Daniel Ricciardo and Raikkonen, Alonso.
We'll skip that. We know what the grid is.
I couldn't see a change in it.
Oh, it's just more grey. So yeah, it's not great, I must say. Not a fan. Yeah, we'll go with this strategy. It worked well for the previous race. And now our car is really great. We can do all kinds of things.
Let's into the track.
Exactly.
Okay, go through all the gears if you can. We need to make sure the engagement is okay before the start. We're going to want to put some temperature into the tyres and brakes. We need to keep the engine cool though, so don't go too high with the revs.
And what are we going to do with Jolie and Palmer? I feel like we all need to discuss how shit the start of his season has been. There's been flashes of pace, and that's what's so frustrating. If he was just complete and utter crap, he should be binned. But I'm not sure. I don't think Renault will. They won't keep him next year, unless he's like immaculate from now on in. He's out the door. And he must know that to some degree as well. It must be an awful situation because clearly I would be surprised if he's getting equal machinery. I'd also, because they're clearly backing Hulkenberg, but then Palmer just does nothing in his favour at all.
I think he's going to be replaced by Thingy.
By Thingy. Who's Thingy? And Renault have got quite a few people that they can stick in, to be fair. When you look at who they've got up and down the grid. In other formula, he says, and now I can't think of his name.
What's Thingy?
Exactly. Say my name. I was watching Formula 3.5 earlier on. They're going around Po. What a circuit! If no one's seen the Po circuit, if you don't watch lower Formula, go watch that. It's like mini Monaco. It's amazing. Again, another really long hold. Ooh, another shit start for a Sauber in front of me. Oh no. This isn't going to work. Oh, it's really not going to work.
Safety car deployed. The safety car has been deployed. Watch your delta. Make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack.
So Massa hit.
You've knocked the front wing. The damage only looks minor, but you'll need to take it easy to avoid making the problem worse.
Fuck's sake. Yet another race, another safety car. At least there's someone actually out this time. Right, what are we going to do strategy-wise? We're at the back pretty much anyway. I feel like we wait a couple of laps and then pit for mediums. And a front wing change. Felipe, baby. Lance Stroll is annoying me as well. He has spent so much money. Didn't it come out that they've spent 40 million on him? Or his dad has, rather, to sort him out with that race seat and getting pre-testing and all of that stuff. And he just can't... Oh, wow, everyone's in.
Looks like Ricardo has just entered the pits.
Oh, shit. That didn't go well.
Okay, you have a fair bit of damage to the front wing. It will affect performance. Damaged front wing will affect performance.
Someone want to clear up all of that of Massa's car, please? Okay. I'm not being crashed out on a safety car, peeps. I refuse. This is looking good for Manor.
Going to play my deck launch.
We think there's a viable strategy change available to us. Would you like to keep to the current plan or try the new one?
Keep current.
Copy.
Because... Glock.
There's static over the radio. Say again.
Thank you.
Affirmative. Medium tyres at the next stop.
Box this lap.
Understood. Stopping this lap.
Now, it didn't do anything until lap 4 last time, but I've got a sneaky suspicion that it will clear itself up a lap early, maybe. But I want to have a lap's more less tyre wear than those other people, because I'm shit at keeping my tyres sorted. But I'm now slightly worried that I may have screwed that up slightly. Oh look, they've gone super soft, super soft. Interesting. Okay.
Release, release.
Release the Kraken.
Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now.
And if there's more drama, we can always come back for super softs later. But ideally, I want to get these through to the end. Ooh. Nurse it, Smithy, nurse it. I think for Shakespeare, I had to do Tempest, I think. Or maybe that was drama, where I had to put on like a reduction. Not that I didn't do GCSE drama, but I just remember having to do something to do with the Tempest. I know what we had to do for GCSE. There was this horrible book, and it was about. We didn't do Shakespeare. That's why I can't think of anything that we done for Shakespeare for GCSE. We done this horrible book, and it was, I can't remember the name of it, but it was a girl and a boy writing diaries in a post-apocalyptic world. It was like Twilight before Twilight was a thing.
Low chance of rain now. If the situation changes, we'll let you know.
Thanks. The girl wrote in perfect English, but because the boy came from the slums and had no education, his entire bit was all written phonetically. So it was like with was like W-I-V. And it was supposed to be all edgy and stuff like that. And it was before, it's what aged me again, it was before text speak was really a big thing, because people weren't necessarily texting back then. We had MSN Messenger, that was about it. And yeah, it was all like supposed to be edgy and all the rage, and now actually it's just acceptable language, so I bet that's not on the syllabus anymore. Okay, I think we might have pulled a little blinder here. Maybe.
By late.
Bye!
We have to do a vet, sign the pool, an inspector calls and poetry.
Oh.
Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap.
And language.
Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember there is no overtaking until the first safety car line. Stay in position until the green flags.
See, I submitted something for poetry, and it ended up getting featured in Essex Young Poets Book of the Year, and that was the first thing that I ever had published, actually. Oh, can I pass him? Yeah. Too late. Have done.
Great work. That's a new fastest lap for the race.
Sorry, Jensen. Oh, see now Sebastian Vettel's gone for the soft tyres. Oh,
Big design on the new Magnet 1 grading system.
right, we're going to have to strike whilst the iron's hot, I think. Sorry, Seb. Right, who's next? I hate this corner so much. Oh, Rosberg. Who now misses Nico Rosberg? Does anyone miss Nico Rosberg? Oh Christ, did anyone hit an apex there? Because it wasn't me. But we got there in the end. No. Okay.
Kevin has come into the pits. Kevin in the pits now.
Oh, look at that. The Manners are 7th and 6th. I'm in love. Oh, something's gone on behind.
Okay, so
All buttons out.
button. It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car.
Oh, drama alarms. So we've pit stopped and essentially got back to where we were. This has gone really well.
Smiling face with open mouth.
Hello, smiley face with open mouth. I'll look at who that is once I'm not battling the Manners in the battle for a top 6 position in my beautiful alternate world. Oh, I miss Manor. Oh, Justinator. Hello, sir. I recognise that name. Force injury looking juicy. They're not even pink yet and they're doing well. Who's that in? That is
Okay,
Kvyat.
the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online.
Ooh, that looks like Bottas. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Shit. Christ. Okay, so Berline's pitted, Harrianto stayed out. Oh Christ. Yeah, I think I know about exceeding the track limits. Good sir. Ooh, okay. Right. Can we do our dodgy alternate strategy and make it work? Ah, you cockface! What, because I'm crashing? Oh, Sergio, you make me so upset.
The gap to teammate is 11.6 seconds.
I'll tell you what, that will have fucked up as well, my tyre wear. Yeah, look. Fucking hell. I don't think we're going to make it.
Okay, some information on signs. They have an issue with their car. They're going to be slow.
Oh,
My
Carlos.
career, Lord Rosberg has had 3 punctures in 7 races, 2 in 1 race and DNF in Monaco from crashing with Vettel.
Haha. AI conspiracy. Even the AI knows. Poor Rosberg. Rosberg's up to 4th, but I think he's got to pit. I'd be really surprised if he hasn't. Trying to lift off around that corner because
Okay, the gap behind
that's one
is
of the big tyre wear ones.
3.0 seconds.
Are you in? Yes, you are. Bottas is not, though. At least we can go Richfield all the way. Yellow flag for the piece of Massa that's in the
Bottas is
way.
out in front.
Rotas. Tell you what else as well, because we've had all of these engine upgrades, I never drive the front running cars. All of my lines have changed because now I've actually got a car that's capable of like going faster. And it's throwing me off slightly.
We shouldn't see any rain, but if a storm front does appear, then we'll let you know.
Okay, so Hamilton is on the right strategy. Ooh, careful. I don't think we're going to make it. Schmiffles. But we're committed now.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
Bottas has rejoined behind teammate. That's good. I've not watched BTCC yet either. Do love a bit of touring cars. I was watching V8 Supercars as well. V8 Supercars, amazing. I'm loving this year. The cars look like they're about to crash at every opportunity. And everyone just smashes into each other. They don't actually overtake properly. They all try and like bump someone out the way. It doesn't matter where they seem to be racing at the moment. There always seems to have been rain. So yeah, my rain-affected race, like slight erection I get, is being well looked after by V8 Supercars. There's a massive smash up in the previous couple 2 rounds ago. It was absolutely nuts. Oh, okay, do you know what? I think we might be alright tyre-wise, you know.
Is 8.9 seconds.
I think the worry is that actually they're going so much faster that they're going to catch. They just need to... Well, they're on the softs actually, so they're not going to be nearly as fast as I think they think they're going to be. So that's okay. Says. Ooh, no, maybe we're not going to be okay. Oh, the drama. Come on, Snippy, we can do this. Even if it means that we like proper coast the last lap. Mind you, K-Mag's up into 5th. That's angular. Hey, fastest lap.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
Okay. Will do, Jeff. Will do.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Okay, let's just keep this chill. Bring this home. It's a master stroke. I hope your exam isn't tomorrow, Jimmy. If it is, good luck. Do they still do GCSEs where it's all module based as well? I remember my science one, I had like 4 or 5 exams over the course of a year, and then a big exam still at the end. But at least you were kind of like,
This is your final lap of the
I've
race.
got 50% of the score in the bag, so if I go completely to jelly on the last exam, I've got something.
Here it is, geography as well.
Oh, geography was on for me. Interesting. I really liked geography, but sadly that was the teacher that used to chain everyone to her desk and had a thick Australian accent, so I kind of tuned out for that one. I'm going to chain you to my desk. Wait. I was scared. Probably explains a lot. Right, nurse the shit home, Smithy. Particularly this corner. Yes.
It's the STU Geography and English Lit paper, one paper, 2 on Friday, then the 2 land papers, after half term.
And yet, if anyone actually asked me, like, have you used geography ever? The answer would be no.
Drive. Just fantastic. You deserved that race win.
Yes, I did, Jeff. Yes, I fucking did. Thank you, Jeffage.
A great win then for the Renault team today.
That guy's head looks like it's been squashed.
Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
Without
Was
a
it the
doubt,
safety
the safety car changed everything today. The key to their success was keeping calm and reacting to the situation quickly. We've seen teams in the past throw away wins because
That
they were
guy
too
has a massive
hesitant.
nose.
But here, they were decisive, and that's allowed them to take the advantage.
Oh, can he scores? Well done, sir.
As
Who
we
is
can
the
see,
podium?
it's time for the podium, and I can see the Renault team underneath our commentary
Chippy
box
on the
going
wing.
crazy as their drivers walk
Oh, I like
out.
the Renault shoes.
It was a great win, and it means a great deal to this team.
Very green, floaty undercoat. Spooging all over the screen.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. It's a good result for Max Verstappen, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
It's a difficult one, but I'll have to go for the Renault driver.
Will
Look
you?
at where they finished compared to where they started.
Oh,
It's
so no
not
points for
easy to cut through
Vettel
the
or
field like that in
Rosberg because
Formula
they had
One,
to
so it was a
two-stop.
great effort.
And here's how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship.
Now
Another
for
team
two
that excelled today
retirements.
was Williams, who make further progress up the table. There'll be plenty more twists and turns to come this season. I hope you can join us at the next race to see just who will come out on top.
So yeah, Massa smashed into Bottas, ruined his own race. Buttons was mechanical, okay, that's fine. Oh, Perez got a warning. Good. So we're now third in the championship. Verstappen 10 clear of Hamilton. What an alternative world this is. K-Mag's up to 7. Bottas up to 10. Hulkenberg's got 2. And then it's Red Bull, Renault, Mercedes, McLaren, Sahara Force India, Williams and Toro Rosso off onto the mark. Nothing for Sauber, Manor or Haas, but Haas are considered last. Haas last. Okay, the third and final round I think this evening. Might do a fourth one. Let's see how we're doing in the old rivalry. Oh, do you know what? We've only gone and bloody done it. Hey! Bye-bye, Bottas. So my worry now is that it's going to put me against Max Verstappen, isn't it? That's the problem. I remember in year 9 when you had to do your options and everyone was like, but you still have to do a mandatory PE lesson. And I was like, no, this is an option I wish to not take. I used to be really, because I was good at science, so I was like, yeah, I understand what parts of the body are what and where they go and stuff. But Yeah, you're not going to get me to run anywhere, mate. So that was that. Still can't upgrade anything, which could be a minor issue later on. But let's go to practice 1.
Good morning, and I hope you're as excited as we are.
Well, that would be telling, but you could probably tell by the bulge in my pants, Mr. Croft. Not for Mr. Croft. Let's make that clear now. Okay. Setups, they're all the same as last time, so dunny panic, lol. Dunny panic. Laddie. Advance to quali.
As all the cars are now over the line, you're...
Yeah. Well, I'll do what I've done for F1 2016, actually. I will try and book off release day. I'm sure Esteban will as well, to be fair.
Face with tears of joy. My school has not taught me any biology since Lieutenant I
Hey.
complained to my head.
Looks
and
like
he
you've
did
got a bit
shit
of
all.
rivalry going on out there. This is good. Gets people talking about you. Just make sure you outperform them, okay?
Is it Max Verstappen? Oh no, it's Lewis Hamilton. Oh, because that's not slightly awkward. Oh, raining for quali. Interestingly. Oh, I suppose we better look to see if it's actually raining for the race then as well.
We'd like to welcome you from wherever it...
To soggy Shanghai. Oh no, race is dry. We're okay. Phew. Let's accelerate that. Oh, I hated PE. I hated PE with a passion. Especially when they had to do pick your team. Because everyone knew I was always the last... No, I was either last or second last. Because there was someone who had like... They'd had problems when they were born. So they were like... Had some body defects. So it was between him and me as to who would always get picked last. And I was like, come on. Pick me over the disabled person. Please, please, please. Sometimes they did. Sometimes they didn't.
Qualifying is complete and we're all set for an exciting race tomorrow.
The only
Your
time...
top 3 are Ricciardo, Alonso and Lewis Hamilton. With
Wow,
qualifying
K-Mag
complete,
struggled.
all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted
Bell.
for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then.
That's quite an interesting grid, actually. So yeah, I was like, plus. The only time where I'd ever get picked to do things kind of quite well would be rugby, because I was fat as fuck, and then would like knock everyone over with my tits. Or occasionally swimming, because I was really slow at swimming, but if they had to do like endurance type things where it was like you need to do X amount of laps, once I'm swimming, I can just keep going, and I don't get tired, and I can just...
I'm always last, so
Go.
I tend to be like I forgo my kit, or I have a hospital appointment.
You left your kit at the hospital appointment. That's what you did. Okay, where are we supposed to be in this race?
Hello. I just wanted to pass on the team's expectations for this race.
Oh,
Good
Emma.
luck.
Finished 7th or higher. It's like they've cottoned on to the fact that I can actually do quite well. Maybe not round this track, though. I'd quite like to have a race without a safety car for the first 4 laps as well, please. I do apologise for the sheer amount of safety car drama that's gone on in this game so far, this season.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race.
Okay.
Daniel Ricciardo starts from pole position today, and it's Fernando Alonso in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Rosberg, Max Verstappen, and Raikkonen, Button, Sainz, Bottas, and Sebastian Vettel, Kvyat, Magnussen, Nico Hulkenberg, and Massa, Perez, Grosjean, Pascal Wehrlein, and Marcus Ericsson, Harry Anto, and Gutierrez. Felipe Nasser and a Renault rounds off the grid.
Woo!
And with prep...
Yes! Okay. So again, shall we go... We'll do the long... Because everyone's bunched up, so in my head, you save the speedy stuff for the end when you're at the back of the grid. It's just the way how things are done. My clutch is engaged.
WHN.
Clutch
WHN.
point is good. Gearbox is responding normally. Make sure to warm up the tyres and brakes.
What
Warm the tyres and brakes
hot
throughout the lap.
nuts? I don't know that. What that is. We appear to be in the minority at the back here. Because that's two softs right in front of me. I thought they would be...
When will they start saying the driver's name like Smith or Nutty or Crunchy?
Smith or Nutty or Crunchy. That would be amazing. Do you remember it was the Dirt games, wasn't it? Where you could put in a nickname and you could do things like "Come on, Beaver" or whatever it was. There were some really good ones, and it had like some like well-known ones like "Come on, Shuey," or "Come on, Nikki" for like Nikki Lauder and things like that. And they had some base names like Simon and things like that, and so it makes sense that they would do that. I want a more personable Jeff, not a Jeff that just tells me off. I want to be chums. Jeff, I want race engineer friends, Jeff friends. Oh, actually, talking of games and things like that, has anyone, I don't have VR, but has anyone seen the Formula E VR experience? It looked a bit suspect to me, but I can't play it or do it. It looked a bit strange, because it looks like it could be a racing game, but I'm sure it's not at the same time. It's just looking at cars going around a pretend racetrack in VR. Like as if it's in time with the real race. Interesting stuff though. I want to get proper spectator mode back. In the old F1 games in PS1, PS2 era, and on early PC, you used to be able to select nothing and watch AI races. So much of my life was spent doing that on the previous games. Watching alternate championships. Ooh, that was quicker this time. I was ready. Oh, Merrickson. So I think Rio's going to chop me.
What's up, guys?
Hello, whoever that is. I shall look at you in a smidgy-roo. It's a bit tight, said the bishop. Ooh, that was careful. Perez. Wow, Force India are well down the order. They never cover that line on that one in China. They never have done in any of the games. Sorry, Master, I know you're on super softs, mate, but tough lols. Right, we got this. Ooh, we really do have this. Ooh! That wasn't what I planned. I'm really sorry, K-Mag. Ooh, that's a curb.
I love how people come and go during the stream, and then there's me.
There's normally you and Josh on the F1 stuff. My two faithfuls. Everyone else comes in and is like, God, this man's shit, and then like leaves straight away again. Smithy. Nice. Go, go, Toro Rosso. Do, 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 do. Oh, which reminds me, the game that I'd done a quick look of yesterday, I think it was, called Slow Drive. If anyone's...
Streams make me laugh and smile, so I stay and enjoy your company in my bedroom, on my laptop.
Okay. I'm so glad that that had like an extra part of that sentence. So I was like, as far as I'm aware, I didn't realise I was gracing so many people's bedrooms. Making me sound like a slut. Slutty Smithy. Oh, hang on, I've blinked and I've somehow creased my glasses. Oh, I need a straight. Well, is Rosberg on mediums? Looks like it. Okay, right, quick, rub the glasses.
DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone.
Yeah, he is. He's on the mediums. Oh, careful, Schmiffy. Oh, this makes me happy then, because if I'm able to keep up with the Mercedes and they are on the mediums, this bodes well for Smithy later on. Let's do it. Yes, yes. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, so the game Slow Drive I was really liking. Oh, again, I wasn't necessarily thinking that was going to be a move, but it is now. Ooh, stay on the track, stay on the track. I shall pop onto the Higher Plane Games forum thread a little, like, post a screenshot of your fastest times. Also, no one has entered the competition to win the game that I had up for as free Steam key, thanks to the developer.
Ricardo's out in front.
So at the minute, anyone can win that still by the end of this month. Otherwise, it will go to one of my Patreon subscribers. Ooh, that looked like Verstappen getting past. Yes, he did. Ooh, juice. Okay. That game,
Okay, within 1 second of the car ahead. Get ready to use
if you do
DRS
want
to
to
overtake.
win it, I can't remember what the actual competition stuff was, but it's in the channel update for this one. Sorry, Fernando. Bye-bye. Oh, he's going to get me there. Oh, shit. Okay, we're good. We've still got a front wing.
Conditions to remain dry for a while. We will update you if the outlook changes.
For a while. More than a while, mate.
Favorite F1 car of all time. Mine's the 86 Williams FW11 with that great Gammon / Hissy livery.
Ooh. Oh, hello, James. I didn't realise you were still there. Thank you for sticking this out. Pleasure to have you here. Oh, yeah. Favourite car? Ooh.
Fiesta.
Ford Fiesta. Ooh, I don't know. Favourite F1 car? That's quite tricky.
Shit, I
Gap
mixed
to the
it
car
up
in
with
front is
Sauber.
less than a second. Let's try and get past in the DRS zone. We're considering switching to an alternate strategy? Do you want to change or stick to plan A?
Oh, Jeff, don't do this to me now. I'm thinking about favourite cars and shit. Ooh, look, they're on mediums as well, interestingly.
Copy that.
I'm going to go for either the 1992 Williams, which Nigel Mansell won the championship on. I really like the livery. The active suspension I think is mega sexy. Just because of the way how it bounces over all of the bumps and curves in the track. Really like it.
What's your favourite engineer? Not Jeff.
Not Jeff. Jeff's not winning any prizes, mate.
The gap to the car behind is 1.5 seconds.
Oh, okay, so Red Bull not on the mediums. Oh, this is proper good strategy-wise. I like this. What's our time? Bear with me. I'm scared, Mum. Okay, we got this. We've done it.
Verstappen has just moved into first place.
I'm sure he has. Wow, we
Approaching
got.
the pit window, you'll be on the softs.
Oh, Danny Rick. What happened there? You just went spinning right off.
Safety car, safety car.
Oh,
No
shit.
overtaking, reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up.
Not
Okay,
now.
Slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace.
Not now. What am I supposed to do on the strategy now? Bollocky fuckfaces. This has really screwed us up.
We think there's a viable strategy change available to us. Would you like to keep to the
I
current
think
plan
the back
or
end
try the
hit
new
him.
one?
Keep current.
Understood, copy that.
But we're going to have to pit. Shit.
Drop your speed, our delta is too low and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Box this lap.
Say that again, we're having trouble receiving.
Jeff, not now, you fucker. Box this lap.
Right, come in at the end of this lap.
Fucking Jeff! You wank pot! Right. Time to gamble, people.
Is that his Christmas present?
Oh, Rosberg's in as well. Is that his Christmas present?
Kevin is in the pits.
Oh shit, Kevin's in as well. Oh no, we fucked up the teammate. I'm sorry, K-Mag.
Exit now.
Oh, and we've lost out to.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tyres.
No, Smithy. No heat into anything ever. Right, so hopefully the plan, if there is one, is that the safety car will then negate our worry of the tyre wear factor on the softs and we'll be okay. But in order to do that, we've got to proper coast like hell. around a couple of these corners. Because otherwise we're just doomed. Favourite engineer? I'm going to go with Nui. I do love a little bit of Nui. However, I'm going to also go with Gustav Brunner.
It's not about winning, it's about taking part.
It's about taking off my front wing, Chimpy. We all know this. Gustav Brunner making great Minardis on the tiniest of budgets. That makes me very happy. Look at everyone pitting. Why did they all leave it a lap? Clearly they're all crazy nuts. So it's a Williams 1-2. Wow.
Brunner was also with Ferrari for a time, wasn't he?
I believe he was, yeah. And Toyota, I believe he went to as well. But yeah, particularly his cars in the early to late 90s. The Minardis were very, very tidy for the budget that they had. They just couldn't compete with everything else that was going on. So my favourite F1 team will always be Minardi, I'm afraid. I was looking at the historic Minardi day that they had at Imola. Oh, I was pouring the screen. Had all of their old drivers back. Two-seater Minardis out there. I think the two-seater Arrowses were there as well, not the three-seater one. And loads of like classic cars and stuff. I'd really like to visit the Williams F1 factory, because they've got all of their cars. I didn't realise that they had like a little historical museum section. It looks really cool. Right, have those Williamses pitted? I don't think they have. Massa's on the mediums.
So I'm concerned for F1 2017 game. Tends make teams be at the front, not drivers. So how are they good to make for Hamilton, Vettel?
Yeah, that's an interesting one. Because, so I don't know how Codemasters, because they say like they've got individual driver personalities. I don't necessarily agree or disagree necessarily with it. I think there's some like vague parameters that they've got. But what I used to really like, and it was the way how Jeff Crammond's games worked on PC. If anyone's played those games, which I love. Come on, Hamilton, don't do that again. You wank pot. The whole thing was that so each team would have parameters that you could alter with the community-made add-ons. So you would have team qualifying and race power.
Love the look of their early black and blue Steiner cars.
Ah, yeah. They were pretty beautiful, James. I must agree. But yeah, the Grand Prix 2, Grand Prix 3, Grand Prix 4 edits. You'd be able to edit the team parameters.
We will keep you informed of any changes to the weather.
Right,
Okay,
Jeff.
let's get ready to go racing again. The
Okay,
safety
Jeff.
car is in this lap.
I'm trying to say
When the field
something.
accelerates, remember, there is no overtaking until the green flags. Safety
Really?
car in this lap.
So yeah, the whole ethos was that the teams had their own stuff. Reliability was across a team, not necessarily a driver. And then what you could do was have individual driver stats, but then you could so that it would have like their ultimate pace that they could run at. But then you had their variable pace, so it would show you how consistent they would be at that pace per lap or per Grand Prix. And that would make for some really good races, because you could have, whilst you couldn't do it necessarily for every individual track unless you'd done like some proper fiddling arsing around, it meant that you could really go nuts with having quite a varied grid, actually. And I liked that idea.
Okay, some information on Raikkonen. They're slowing down.
Oh,
it
shit.
seems like there's some kind of problem with their car.
Oh, Kimi, no. Any old excuse for
Car behind is
Raikkonen.
gaining on you by 0.5 a lap.
Okay, so again, so we've got 5 laps. Let's just see how we go for the first 1 or 2. Ooh, let's do that. Double overtake. Yoink. Massa keep Hamilton behind, please.
Bottas is up in first place.
Yes, he is.
Raikkonen returned in 2018 and did not replace him.
I hope that Raikkonen doesn't come back for 2018. I don't know what Ferrari are going to do with. What do you do with a problem like Kimi Raikkonen, who's, especially when you've got where they are at the minute, where it's a 2-horse battle. Essentially, I think the Raikkonen-Bottas battle is going to be what will decide the World Championship. And at the minute, you've got to kind of say it's advantage Bottas, because Raikkonen is just doesn't seem to be in it to win it or anything else here. It's too passive for me. Everything about him just says, I'm coasting. The problem is that
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
the problem is that a coasting Kimi is still like at 90 or 85% is still quite good. But I'd rather have a Perez or a Grosjean in there. No one, Albert. Fuck off, quite frankly. Sadly, I can't stop you on the stream for a minute, but I will do once I've got this sorted.
Silence.
Yes, Signs. That was the other guy. Sorry. Thank you, Chimp. My worry for Signs is that he's increasingly showing frustration in that Toro Rosso. And so my worry for him is that Ferrari won't take him, and they'll pick Perez over Sainz, because Perez will bring that car home. Sainz may potentially be faster, but he's also still got that erratic streak. And Ferrari, traditionally at least, don't necessarily go for that so much. They'd rather go for a safe pair of hands. Hence why Kimi is still there on his 4th year with the team.
DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled.
Because they'd rather have a safe guy going at 95% to bring a car home in 4th than to have a guy go at 100% and crash out every 1 in 5. Oh, did Hamilton have to pit? Lol. He's last. Something's happened there.
Like Kai Bat.
Yeah. So Kvyat
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
he's got speed. The problem with Kvyat is that he again was he had that speed inconsistently, whereas Sainz has that speed consistently. It's just that his wheel-to-wheel combat screams of frustration, which I think is partly to do with the situation he finds himself in, where he could trounce Verstappen all day long in that Toro Rosso, and Verstappen was still going to get picked anyway, much to my chagrin. Not that I think Verstappen doesn't deserve a top seat, but it was just an unfortunate series of events. It was very lemony snicket. Oh, has Alonso got round that? Excellent. Have those Williams still got a pit though, or are they going round again? They're going round again.
So the gap to our teammate is 9.4 seconds.
Okay, I think we're going to be alright tyre wear-wise, you know. Yeah, we're fine. Let's bring this on home. What was I going to say? For Sainz, essentially, what he needs to do though is to be as bolshy with contracts as Jos Verstappen was for Max, and say, look, if you aren't going to promote me in the Red Bull category now, I will not be signing with you again in the future, because look at what I'm doing and I've got all these options. And that will then break him free of that stranglehold, which only really Vettel has been able to do in F1. And Verstappen's loyalty will be until that car, if Red Bull continue to have a poor season or two, you know that the loyalty to that team is going to be minimal. Ricciardo, I think, has a little bit more loyalty, but he'll get annoyed if that car isn't winning again very shortly. So you're just going to have to do it in a way that I think will not burn bridges. Ooh, Massey's back up into third.
This is your final lap of the race.
I really don't think those Williams pitted, you know.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Like, Mercedes are going to have a problem soon, because if Pascal Wehrlein continues to do well, what does it say about the Mercedes Junior program if they keep Bottas and don't promote from within? Unless because I don't think Bottas is part of the Mercedes like driver program stuff. Are they? Is he rather? And if he is, it's been very very quiet. Ferrari have got some amazing young guns coming through on their formula as well. And not just Giovinazzi. I know lots was made of his debut, less of his second race obviously, but there's a few up and down GP2, GP3 from 3.5 where I kind of think, they're going to have problems in the future.
That's the race win.
Unless they get a second team in. I'd love to see Ferrari have a second team.
So, another fantastic victory for Renault today. And I have to wonder, Anthony Davidson, just what set them
Anthony,
apart
is it
from
the safety car?
competition here.
It was a question of right place, right time today. We were looking at an entirely different race before the safety car came out,
safety
but
car.
they were able to take
Wank
full...
pot.
Here come today's winning drivers, and what a race
Alonso!
it was. This is a team that knows success very well in F1, and they're just itching for even more. Congratulations to the Renault team for their excellent win today.
Congrats to me. No Verstappen on the podium. Does that put me at the head of the drivers' table, actually? I wonder.
So then, it's time to see how this result affects the Drivers' Championship. There's been a lead change at the top of the championship after a superb performance. Moving on to the driver of the day then.
And on the
Anthony
podium.
Davidson, who would you go for?
It's a difficult one, but I'll have to go for the Renault driver. They demonstrated a very delicate
Yeah,
touch in close
Anthony
proximity to other
Davidson,
cars,
nice
as well
guy.
as showing a lot of maturity
Can't
and
read a
patience in
script
difficult
sounding natural
situations.
ever.
On to the constructors then. Renault moved to the top of the table.
Oh, so everyone hit
Another team that
Rosberg on
excelled
lap
today
one.
was
That's great.
Williams, who make further progress up the table. Well, what a weekend that has been. Please join us next
So,
time
Daniel
for another
Ricciardo
thrilling
done
instalment
the
of this Formula One
safety
season.
car. Still managed to finish 6th. Well done. Well done for Williams. That was good for them. McLaren, we did well. Double points. Verstappen at only 8th, despite leading the championship. Kvyat in there as well. Ah, Harry Anto. So close, sir. So close. And Marcus Ericsson ahead of Grosjean. So that sorts out that little battle at the bottom. Look at that. 2 stops. Hamilton and Rosberg. No points for Merck. La 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 la. Look, I'm over the head and everything stuffs. Yay! That's good. That's good. Ah. What we wouldn't give for this to be the real table. And what are we looking at in the... Ooh, we're 1 point clear with Red Bull at the minute. Nicely done, nicely done. Right. Well, I think 3 rounds in one stream's all right, innit? That'll do. We won't need a 4th. Good luck for your exams, chimp. And thank you, James and Josh and everyone else that came along. The next round that I will do of this will be after Indy and the Monaco Grand Prix. So there'll be plenty to talk about. And hopefully I'll get an F1 2016 co-op with Definitely Zero in at some point as well. He's been on holiday. I've been at work. Oh, hey, Justinator. Thanks for joining. How are we losing a rivalry? I beat... Oh, I didn't actually, did I? Never mind. Oh, right. Toodle
Thank
pippi!
you, smiling face with open mouth. See you next time.
Oh, P.S. Last word of wisdom. I bought Pepsi Max Ginger by accident, and it doesn't even contain any ginger people in it. Really upset me. And I've still not... I've nearly drunk 2 litres of it, and I still can't decide if I've liked it or don't like it. But Pepsi Max Ginger is a thing. It's like Dr. Pepper with ginseng. I'm confused. Give it a try. Take care all. Bye.